What's up, soul family? So, plants, I'm gonna get into it real quick. Plant teachers, ayahuasca, huachuma, San Pedro, tobacco, mushrooms, marijuana. All these plants have a specific purpose in our life, or they're here as teachers, plant teachers. That's why they call them that. They're here to guide us if we know how to use them right. Right in the sense that they're tools, so think of it like a knife that you can go ahead and stab somebody with, or you can use that same knife to cut your medicine, your food, to feed your body. So, as far as my personal journey with plants, I guess it all started with mushrooms being the first to really open me up to a different perception on life, a different way of viewing everyday life, and it really I really got a glimpse of who I truly was. Just like a little brief opening, like the light came and it shone through in an instant and it showed me who I was. And from there on out, nothing was the same. So it was just a moment of pure bliss, and just I'm really thankful for them, for that teacher, the mushroom, for showing me that, and for pretty much being the spark in my journey of exploration with all these plant medicines, and they're healers as well. They heal our heart. They heal all our chakras if we know how to use them right and we treat them with the respect that they deserve. So from there on out, I went to the jungle, to the Amazon in Peru. I was there for a couple of weeks with some beautiful shamans, some beautiful souls, and just like words cannot even explain what I learned there and what I saw. Visions about my family, different aspects of my life that needed healing, and it was shown to me right in front of my face through visions or through feelings coming up in my body. And yeah, that's what plants are here to show us. They're here to raise consciousness in the world. So as far as ayahuasca, it was just a very humbling experience, and it was death. It was pretty much me dying, not my physical body, even though it did feel like that at times, but it was more like my false identity, my false ego. The person who I thought I was completely obliterated, like just exploded. And yeah, it was just a calling. It was just a calling to do it. It wasn't like somebody told me, oh, there's this plant that does this. It was just one day I remember I was on YouTube and I stumbled upon just like a testimonial or of somebody having like that experience with ayahuasca, and I just started looking into it a bit more. And as soon as I saw this one video, like something just touched my soul, I guess. And it was like, this is something I need to do. This is something that in this lifetime I have to experience. And within the next 6 months, it manifested. And I was in Peru. I did a whole master plant diet cleanse, which also involves other different types of plants along with ayahuasca, such as ajo sacha, which is like this garlic that purifies the blood, chuchuhuasi. All these indigenous tribes and shamans, they work with different types of plants. Tobacco being one that's always present in most of the ceremonies, because it is just there to protect, and it's a very powerful spirit, the tobacco one. It's a shame that in the West and in modern society, we've kind of disrespected the plant by industrializing it and using it not how it should be used, like, and just not using it right. So yeah, overall, it was a beautiful, beautiful experience. But I would have to say, after doing these experiences and working with plants and different hallucinogens, if you're not ready, it could be too much information at once. Like, a lot of people do it irresponsibly. They don't prepare right diet wise, because you got to clean the body first. In order for the plants to really teach you and go in and do their work, you have to allow them to do so by cleaning the body. How do you clean the body? Fasting, changing up your diet by not eating dead foods. Stop eating dead animal flesh. You're putting trauma in your body. All the trauma that the animals experience before death, it's like you're absorbing all their trauma. So eating lighter foods with more liquids, fruits, veggies, and slowly starting to transition from a more dense diet to a lighter one. Because the lighter you become, the more sensible you become to the subtle ways of creation, and your senses just become that much more enhanced in your everyday life. Just experiment with your body and see what works for you. But what's worked along my journey has definitely been changing the way I eat, from eating dead animal carcass and other processed junk that just blocks. It just blocks everything, and it blocks the mind from thinking clearly. And when the mind is blocked, then you're not yourself, and then you just look for stimulation. You look outside of yourself. You look for drugs. You look for distractions. You look for whatever. We all distract ourselves. I still do it too. But yeah, at that time in my life, I was really confused. I was really confused as to, that's why I went. Part of it was because I was confused, as I didn't know my path. I had no idea what I wanted to do at the time when I was playing soccer, but I wasn't really fulfilled. Like, I was doing what I loved, but like there was still a void in my heart that wasn't filled by just that for some reason. And the plants really cleared that up, and they showed me, they gave me the option. They put everything up here like a movie, and they showed me you have free will. You have free will to choose, and it's up to you. Like, the plant's not gonna heal you. That's the thing. People think that when they go and they work with these plants such as San Pedro and these healing plants, that they're automatically gonna be healed. No, it's nothing like that. It's up to you to truly take what they're teaching you and apply it. Apply it in your everyday life. And notice that the real lesson is that life itself, every day, right, with regular consciousness, everyday living is the ceremony. That's the ultimate teaching I got from it. Despite exploring all these dimensions and seeing cool mandalas and visuals, yeah, that's cool. But at the end of the day, it's about, how can I live today better? How can I love more today? How can I give more to the people around me today? So yeah, I was very confused in the sense that I had a lot to heal family-wise. I had a lot of grudges that I didn't even know I had, that would just come up. A lot of physical purging as well, from all the toxins and stuff that we've ingested since birth. And yeah, it takes years to detox, honestly. It's just like starting to peel back the layers and layers of who we're not, to truly come back to who we are. So all in all, you gotta lose yourself to find yourself, pretty much. So from there on, it's been a constant journey of up and downs, because after ayahuasca, that year after was probably the hardest year of my life in terms of like emotional imbalances, just a lot of turbulence in my body, like a lot of change. I felt out of place. I had to go back to school. I had to see a bunch of people and be around these different energies that I felt overwhelmed by. I just wanted to go back to the jungle and just be at peace and breathing fresh air, but that wasn't my path and my mission at the time. So I had to finish what I had started and do my thing at that moment, which was finish school and then eventually move on from there. But yeah, that year was super, super difficult. So people think that a spiritual awakening is all love and beauty and all these cool feelings, but in reality, it's a destruction of the false self. You gotta destroy who you're not so you can come back. It's like being reborn, like a total reset, like Control Alt Delete to all your old bullshit that we hold. so we can truly interact with people from a place that is pure, that is authentic, that is who we truly are here to be. That's our true purpose here in life, is to fully express ourselves as we are, because nobody's you. Nobody has that power. That's what makes us all unique and different, but at the same time we're all the same. It's a paradox. So yeah, transcending duality, no right or wrong, and yeah, just knowing when to act and when to be still. A lot of lessons to be learned through the plants. I'm still in kindergarten. I don't know shit. I don't know anything. I'm just a student, and I'm here to learn and to just express what I feel. And yeah, I'm very thankful right now, where I am right now, because all the seeds that I've been planting these past years, I can finally see them starting to grow a little bit. All the investments that I've made are starting to finally take fruition, and it's a beautiful thing to see that come about. So yeah, if anyone feels the call to explore within themselves, it's hard work. You're exploring your shadow, your dark side. It's not easy, but it's worth it. It's what'll open up your heart to infinite amounts of possibilities that lie here on earth. And yeah, perspective is the only thing we leave this earth with. We don't leave with our iPhones, we don't leave with our cars, with our mansions, with our material things. We don't leave with any of that. We leave with the perspective and the level of awareness that we gained during this lifetime. So yeah, as far as right now, I'm working with different types of plants, experimenting with different types of healing methods. Yeah, just constantly peeling back the layers, as I said before. And it's a constant journey. Like, the journey doesn't stop. We're infinite beings. We can never truly get to know ourselves. Like, know thyself. I'm not too fond of that quote, because how can you get to know the infinite? So I'm not the same person I was 5 breaths ago. You're not the same person you were yesterday. We're constantly evolving and changing and creating with our thoughts. The thought is the seed. And then from thought, it goes into either writing, the flat surface, which is the 2D. And then by speaking it into existence, we manifest it. We put the vibration out. Everything that comes out has to come back, just like a boomerang. So just be aware of how you're speaking to yourself throughout the day. How's your self-talk? Are you loving yourself every day? Or are you unconsciously saying, like, oh, I suck at this, or oh, I'll never be able to do that? Sometimes we say that to ourselves unconsciously throughout the day. And the mind doesn't know whether you're kidding or not. It takes it as if it were true. And then from there on out, it's just like a downhill road from there, because you're creating constantly, but from an unconscious state. So an outside circumstance will happen in your life. Let's say you'll get in an accident in the car, and then you'll blame it on something like, oh, the guy cut me off or something like that. But in reality, there was a sequence of events that led to that happening that you caused. So that's what being woke really means. Is like not identifying with the victim role, like blaming where you are in your life on outside circumstances. So everything that you've caused up to now has pretty much your own doing. That's why we have the power, we are it, we have the responsibility, and we are creators. It's like the law of attraction. People talk about the law of attraction a lot. And the thing that a lot of us don't know about the law of attraction is that it works in our favor, and it also works against us. It works 24/7. So if we're not conscious at a certain time of the day, or we're not breathing right from the diaphragm like a baby would, so we're not taking full breaths, breathing through the stomach first, and and then bringing it up through the rib cage and finally up to the upper lungs, making us to fully think right. And with full thoughts come full actions. Just like if you breathe shallow like a dog, like think about how many years dogs live in comparison to turtles. Turtles live to like 100. And look how they breathe. So life is not a race like a sprint, it's more like a marathon. So every time you're rushing is like violence. You're rushing to infinity, like we've always been here and we're always gonna be here. And the same lessons are gonna keep coming up to the surface and coming into our lives in different ways until we learn how to decipher it and finally take the lesson and just apply it. And as soon as you do it, the lesson is inside of us. Next step. So yeah, coming back to the breath is important too throughout the day. And yeah, from now, I've been exploring yoga. Yoga has really helped, and people think that yoga makes you more calm, and I think it does, but at the same time it makes you cultivate your energy right so you can distribute it properly. I would say that a yogi or people that practice yoga are just like emotional contortionists, in the sense that the purpose of yoga means union, so unifying the body, the mind, and the spirit with the breath. So the whole purpose of yoga is to unify those three and to move your emotions, move the waters. Emotion is just water. That's why the moon has such effect on how we feel. So that's another thing I'll get into in later videos about the moon cycles. The moons affect the tides, the oceans. So the body is pretty much 80% water, so a ball of emotion. So taking into account what moon cycle we're in can help us learn about how we're feeling at the moment and why we're feeling that way. So yeah, where I was getting to with the yoga though, the whole purpose is to move the emotions so we can finally sit in stillness without having the body in the way as a distraction. So feeling at ease, not dis-eased, but at ease, at peace, so we can tap into ourselves and really hear the silence. Because when it's silent, it speaks. That's where the true answers come. That's where you can ask your heart, you can ask God, you can ask Source, the universe, whoever it is that you believe in, and really get that clarity that you want or that you need for that moment in your life. So yoga has helped a lot so far on my journey, and I plan to keep expanding and sharing it with you guys, my soul group, my soul family, my friends. And through healing myself, I heal others. We could only heal ourselves, and by us reflecting our truest version and our most authentic selves unto others, they get to see the true power that lies within them. So yeah, I'll start to get deeper into the plants in further videos. I just wanted to give a quick little intro about my journey, a little bit of my experience on that. And yeah, if you guys feel a calling, explore with them. And yeah, just stop distracting yourselves and do something that scares you every day. Talk to strangers. Pretty much do everything that our parents told us not to do as kids. So yeah, we gotta become more like kids again. Become more like children. Growing up is a trap. Found that out. So yeah. Peace in, guys. And thank you for tuning in. If you wanna hit me up on Instagram, social media, I'll post it down below. If you guys want to take a deeper look at my journey and read about each experience, about my ayahuasca and different types of healing that I've done since then, I'll post a link down below. If you guys have any questions on how to start cleansing the body, how to change your diet gradually, how to start fasting or meditating, I'm here to give insight on what's worked for me